Hello everyone, I am Surrender the Awesome and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/OhNoConsequences. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if I can't convince you, perhaps this picture of my kitten will convince you. And, random fact about my cat society is that one guy who managed to get an entire fleet stolen ended up actually getting promoted again after he got a whole military base stolen. And it's probably funnier when you watch this video in the upper right hand corner. And also before I get started, don't forget to check out my other channel, Surrender Reviews, where I do video game, movie, and show reviews, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get into this. So this first post here says, abandon your pregnant wife for months and miss the birth of your child, but still end up whining about the fact that she wants to be with someone who can actually support her more than you. And this person here says, I, 32, just had our second baby a few days ago, and instead of going home, I asked to be discharged to my sisters. I don't know if that makes me an a-hole or overly emotional, which is why I'm here. Some background. My husband, 33, and I were teen parents. We had our daughter at 18 and 19, she's 14 now. It's been a long road, and we waited a long time to feel ready and go through it all over again. This baby was very much planned and wanted, but ever since I hit the third trimester, I felt kind of alone about it. My husband started spending a lot of time with this couple we know. They're in a similar boat as us. They had their first as teens too, and they just had their second recently. I get that it's a lot for them, their oldest is 17, and they weren't planning on another, so he's been helping them out. But it went from a nice gesture to almost daily visits, grocery runs, watching their newborn while they nap, fixing stuff around their house, bringing food over, and sometimes with our daughter tagging along, sometimes without even letting me know he was going over. Meanwhile, I was trying to keep everything at home together, going to appointments alone, dealing with the mess of this late pregnancy. I brought it up to him more than once, and every time he'd either say that I was exaggerating, or that I was just not in the way I wanted him to be. He kept saying that I was being territorial or weirdly competitive about them needing help, which made me question myself even more. I also started noticing changes in our daughter. She's a nice dancer, and has an intense schedule, and after going with her dad to help at their house, she would come back totally spaced out, quiet, eating less. I figured that she was just tired, but it started to feel off. She almost fell during practice one morning because she was so drained, and her coach made her sit out the rest of the week. This was a big wake-up call for me. I told my husband that enough was enough and that we needed to start to pull back, not just for me but for her too. He apologized and said that he would keep the visits shorter, only go when it was needed. The visits were hardly shorter, but my daughter seemed less tired and I could actually go to sleep with my husband some nights, so I counted it as a win. Well, I get the feeling like there's just a bit more to this here. Anyways, this person here goes on to say, when I went into labor, I called him from the car while my sister drove me to the hospital. No answer. Texted. Nothing. He showed up about 4 hours after the baby was born with a slushie for me and said he was sorry, but the other couple had a rough night and that he didn't just want to leave them stranded. I didn't even know what to say. I didn't want to make a big scene right there at the hospital, but when I could be discharged, I just had my sister take me home since my husband wasn't there. Now he's saying I am being dramatic, that I'm punishing him for helping other people who don't have the support we do. He told me that I am being cold and setting a bad example for our daughter by shutting him out. He's also implied, more than once, that I am trying to act like a victim when he is doing what any decent person would do. Well, guy, you kinda also need to understand what is a priority, and unfortunately your wife is also your priority as well. His mom called yesterday and said that I should be ashamed for taking the baby away. I never said anything about keeping our son away from him. I have told him that he can see the baby whenever he wants. I've been texting our daughter, keeping up with her, and I plan to be back home the moment I have recovered enough. I am not trying to split our family. I just need a break, a quiet space to breathe and actually rest. I am exhausted, mentally and physically, but now I'm second second-guessing myself. Was it wrong to go somewhere else to recover? Should I have just gone back home and tried to work it out there? I don't want this to turn into some long, drawn-out fight or drama, especially not with the newborn in the picture. I don't even know if I'm thinking clearly at this point. Edit, our baby is a boy, sorry. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna give this a 45 out of 50. I mean, what did the husband think was gonna happen? Did he think that his wife was just gonna keep putting up with this? I mean, she was gonna eventually not want to put up with this anymore, guy. And also, guy, you really need to understand when you probably should maybe, I don't know, put your wife's needs and wants before your friend's needs and wants. But that's what I think. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And I think with that, that's gonna do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.